And we've got the Seahawks leader at quarterback. Your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Seahawks and the Jets, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaunt here alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Seahawks in this matchup. Well, they're pacing the NFL in passing yardage this season, but a tough test awaits them to stay in that top spot as they face one of the league's best secondaries.
And partner, with how they've played this season, both sides are awfully confident they'll be able to put up big-time numbers. I think this is going to be a very
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, there was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that that carries over to this week as well.
They go back to Carson here on second, and he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table, and you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brent.
And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 65 yards. And the Seahawks march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He connected on his first pass of the game for a long touchdown, so we'll see what else he's got up his sleeve as they start 1st and 10 again. Back to throw. Out to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's got 2 touchdown passes on his first 2 drives, and he'll try again here on drive 3. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
They run it with Carson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a toss play. It's Carson. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll work down inside the 45. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. This is Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, he bowls over it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Nick Ballore, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's tipped, but it doesn't matter. He still catches it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past over.
Now out as their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's been sensational so far. Now back to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Touchdown! Noah Fant, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first-half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. We start with what used to be the Battle of the Bay. No more. It's San Francisco heading south to take on Las Vegas. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. A touchdown pass for Trey Lance in that one. From there, we'll take the trip east to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. James Conner, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, by comparison, they've been the better of these two sides in the rushing department, as you see the numbers there.
Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. John Franklin Myers in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 112 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 54 yards. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 73 yards. And the Seahawks are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided. Yeah,
we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but...
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man. Complete. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 75 yards. And the Seahawks had 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is. But but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. On first down, it's Carson. And some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign, and it did that. I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Seahawks,
they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten.